Sam from Road Trail Run here. I'd like to give you my review of the ASICS MetaRide, just launching now. The MetaRide is a 31 millimeter stack, so maximally cushioned shoe. It actually has a zero drop, another in a big departure for ASICS. It is a completely stiff shoe with a very pronounced front rocker. The idea here that ASICS set out 2 years ago to demonstrate in this first shoe in a line of 3 in the next year is that by having a stable, well-cushioned heel with a new, thinner disc gel to reduce shock, energy loss at the heel would be reduced. The zero drop and the rocker are part of a system that seeks to prevent the foot from dorsiflexing or ankle flexing up during the stride, and also prevent plantar flexing or flexing the toes down. By keeping the ankle, if you will, locked throughout the stride, efficiency should be improved, and this is what they set out to do in designing the shoe. The rocker provides the propulsion. Further, the center of mass is further back than normal, so that on the as you get ready for your next stride, there's less of a lever at the rear, so the driving leg comes forward. The midsole itself is made up of 3 layers. First, we have FlyteFoam Lyte below the foot, fairly firm. Then we have our disc gel. Then we have FlyteFoam Propel. On the medial side, the disc gel is shorter, so you get a bit of support, but this is clearly a neutral shoe, but I think mild pronators would enjoy it too. To keep that forward motion, there's a tunnel, if you will, that goes all the way through the shoe to the midfoot, and it emerges here. So this is a 3D guidance line, the whole system, and I found on my runs that it works incredibly well, and that the shoe just flows along. As far as the upper, we have a spectacular circular knit upper. The toe box is very stretchy over the top, and where you see the white lines, that provides some additional support. So this upper should fit a wide variety of feet. It's extremely comfortable. It's probably the best knit type upper I've ever run in. At the rear, we have a very nicely padded Achilles collar. It's somewhat more open than the Nimbus 21, which actually weighs about the same. Here we're dealing with about an 11-ounce shoe, 11.1 ounce shoe, so 317 grams. And then the famous ASICS MetaClutch rear exoskeleton. Instead of being symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So here on the lateral side, we see it coming down for a little more release. And on the medial side, it stays up higher. I also like how these wings, instead of curving down, they curve up, so it holds the foot all together without over impeding things. You probably are wondering about the outsole. Well, this is a proprietary new compound from ASICS, which is incredibly tacky. When you walk on a wood floor, you can feel the tackiness. You can also feel it on the road, so it sticks to wet and dry pavement just beautifully, including road paint. However, it is not very good on snow, I can tell you that. So far, I'm finding incredible durability here. It may be a bit hard to see, but I have had absolutely no wear in my 30 miles in those places I usually wear, just a teeny bit of scuffing. So this should be an incredibly durable outsole, maybe the most durable outsole I've ever seen. So our MetaRide goes on sale now. The retail is $250, which is steep, of course, but this is really a beautifully crafted shoe that should last many miles, and it's also kind of a first, so it's a bit of a concept car, but I think a very effective one. All my runs in them have been easy to pull off at any speed. The rocker works extremely well. I really haven't noticed the zero drop per se. Yes, it's a bit low, but should not be an issue for most runners. So who would I recommend this shoe? Well, I would recommend it for certainly neutral runners who are looking for the ultimate in cushioning with great support and stability. Also mild over pronators. Potentially this is a great shoe for heavier, fast runners who may be very rough on their outsoles and midsoles. And it's a great recovery shoe for any runner because you'll stay consistent in your running. You won't get sloppy. So really like to say that ASICS, which in the last few years has been a bit, if you will, sleepy, has really pulled out the stops with this radical shoe, which does still respect their heritage in terms of things like gel and their foams. What would I like to see? Well, I'd like to see it lighter if possible. While the FlyteFoam is resilient and it's going to be super long lasting, it's a bit on the heavy side, but for a shoe with this much cushion, 11 ounces is certainly reasonable. So we have a full written review on our website, roadtrailrun.com, and I thank you for watching.